He later served on the Public Service Commission as Deputy Chairperson and also on the Judicial Service Commission. Vora Shaka Frank Rachitanga, 89-year-old and anti-apartheid activist who endured a number of security branch harassment as a published author. Some of his many poetry books were prescribed for high school. After 1994, he served in the Limpopo legislature. He was a recipient of the Order of the Baobab in bronze for his selfless dedication to struggle. Yeah. You have the secular seen amongst for yourselves. It was quite a long stuff. Thank you very much, TG. Thanks, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Minister. I think to save the Minister, there were quite a lot of appointments in the boards, so the statement will be circulated and the colleagues can read from the statement. And at this point, where do I start? Mariam, you haven't raised the head.
Where is Marion?
It's unlike you. Tabo?
Sure. Thanks, Minister. My name is Tabo Mkhwanazi for the Sunday Times. Just on the SABC bill, it is proposed that the number of board members be reduced 3 to 2. What's the rationale? And then, in view of the Section 89 panel report that came out yesterday, how's the president? How's he doing? What does he have to say, or what did you, as one of his ministers, have to say to calls that he should step aside? Because already we are seeing some of his cabinet ministers saying that he should step aside.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, sorry.
No problem. Thank you, Minister. Jason from News 24. I just want to follow up on Tabo's question. Was the
Your name is?
As Jason
Felixson.
Yes. The Section 89 panel report was discussed with Cabinet yesterday, as it came on yesterday, and also just the presidency, which you obviously are also in, has said that a statement will be released in due course and more information will be released. Also, Minister, like Tabo said, there's been calls for the president to step aside as per the ANC's rule, and these calls have intensified. When can we expect the president to say anything on this parliament matter? Thank you.
Thank you.
Are we done?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Tabo. How is the president? He is fine. Express his view on the matter thus far, and committed that he is studying the findings and also expressing the predicament it has placed the country in, and saying in that statement an announcement is going to be made in due course. Our attitude is that we should respect that exercise, and that goes the same to Jason. And let me put it this point: the step aside, that the call on the president to step aside is not coming for the first time yesterday. It's been ongoing. To us, it's not new, but all what we are calling upon to South Africans is that the president said he's studying the findings, and then in his own statement, he will make a pronouncement in due course. But having said that, we indeed, we leave it there. On the SABC, generally it's a continuous rationalization and amongst other things. Remember, SABC has been dealing with cost containment. This is a continuous rationalization, not purely on the issue of cost, and also on issues of efficiency.
Is there any other round, or we can then say online? Sorry, yeah, yes, Minister, there's online.
Is it Creamer?
Yeah.
Plus others.
Okay.
So who's online?
Lisa Sam on behalf of GCIS and behalf of the media group, WhatsApp group. There's a couple of questions, Minister, and you may have responded to it already, but for two questions. For clarification, can the Minister confirm if the President has any intention to address the nation today or make any other major announcement regarding the continuity and operations of government? Two, did Cabinet get a report from the Justice Minister on the details of his decision regarding the release of inmate Janus Palus, on which the deadline is today as per the Constitutional Court decision? That's from Sumen. And then Christian Duplessis. Number one, Minister, what is your reaction to cabinet ministers such as Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini-Zuma, who last night during an interview with the NCA said the President should step aside after the Section 189 panel found there is prima facie evidence to start an impeachment inquiry against him? Should the President indeed now step aside? Number two, from Christian as well, a lot of South Africans are shocked by the findings of the panel and might lose faith in the President. What would you say to these South African newspaper? Number one, in light of the Phala panel's findings published last night, do you still stand by the version President Ramaphosa submitted to the panel? Number two, speculation has been rife about the President's future. Will President Ramaphosa be resigning, or will he stay on? Another question that is from Brandon from the Weekend August. You say the Sexual Offences and Related Matters Amendment Bill of 2022 will decriminalize the sale and purchase of adult sex services. Thank you.
Okay. The President said he will make a pronouncement in due course. I know at times when these developments occur, there's an attempt to make us some prophets in trying to, is it fortune telling? This country. President subjected to this process. Up to this point, we have not seen anything untoward in as far as the laws of the countries are concerned. And now he says, I have studied the report and I'm still analyzing it. I still stand by my version on certain issues, but I'm ongoingly studying the report, await pronouncements, whatever that's going to be. And where I'm saying that those findings is a report that must be submitted to Parliament, probably depending on the Parliament's decision to kick at other processes. And you know the meaning of prima facie. It says at face value, I'm using my own simple language, it appears this has not gone right. Maybe as an elaborate exercise to check further could lead to something. So prima facie is not a conclusive finding on it. And we expect nothing new. He has respect for the law, something he has demonstrated all over his life. South Africans are shocked. I think South Africans can be shocked if there's a threat to the laws of this country. I usually say, when laws are threatened, remember what keeps us together in a predictable way. For instance, when the laws are kept and adhered to, South Africans are able, there is an economic ambition, investment, whether it's a career to pursue, the critical thing, whether it's generations to grow your children, what that is fundamental is the respect for the laws of the country. Fortunately, this president has demonstrated the respect for the law. The key thing is his adherence and respect for the law. So I'm trying to allay the fears in as far as that is concerned. And all that the cabinet is sticking by is the respect for the law. Cabinet respects the decision of the Constitutional Court, and the minister in the justice is expected to actually follow the law. And again, I'll be lying if we do not understand the pain of South Africans. If people remember how Chris was brutalized, some of us were there on the spot on the same day, almost the same time. I understand the pain, but at the end of the day, the future of this country lies again in the respect for the laws. because there's only one thing that connects minimum all of us. It's law. There's a lot of others that connect us, but the bottom line connector of this country is the law. It is the least thing that you can undermine. So because the Apex Court has made a decision, Cabinet respects that. And what else? Let me check. Walus, I've dealt with that because you remember the findings had not been what you call presented at that stage. Sexual, yes. Oh, no, I've responded to that. It's a step aside. It's a call. The step aside has been a call. Minister Nkosazana is not the first. She's one of many people who are making that call. So that's why I said it's not a new call. What is key to us is compliance with the laws of the country, which the president has not actually shown us anything in decriminalization across the entire sexual community to deal with the issues of abuse, of exploitation of women, male predators who find themselves in that area. It also provides them access to health and a number of other things so that they can be taken care of and be protected like any other South African. So all of them are expected to be actually to be covered by that amendment.
Excludes children. I think the bill is very clear that
That's important.
The children are excluded. You will still be prosecuted if you involve in sexual activities with minors. So this dispensation is not including the minors.
You can imagine if on the other side there's statutory rape, it cannot change because it's about protecting a child of a particular age who is not.
Minister, are there any other questions? And then we can then, Tabo, that's the last round, colleague.
Sure. Just on the parliamentary minister, I mean, I hear what you are saying, but to what extent is the presidency concerned that this matter is detracting the president from completing, postpone his appearance in the NCOP to take over questions in the National Assembly, in the NCOP this afternoon? So that sort of detracts from what he has to do as head of government and also as head of state. There's a state visit by the president of Venezuela that has been postponed, seemingly because of all the things around Panama. So how urgently is the president taking this matter to a press statement of this thing? Parliament is supposed to deal with this thing on Tuesday next week. Is that going to happen without the president having had anything to say until that point?
No. Tawo, you can try your luck. I said to you, if you read the statement, I know you have it. So when you say you appreciate the predicament, it exactly refers to what you are saying. What kind of decisions is taken by the president? It must be informed by a lot of things. Remember, you are dealing with a president here who is actually subjected to processes for something that happened in his own house, his own property. I'm not sure if we understand this. It is actually, but it is being questioned in terms of whether it is compliant with the laws or not. And the president has subjected himself to that. And you're talking about a president who is leading a country that has been going through a lot of complexities, who actually put in law enforcement laws, continuing to ensure that it deals with corruption. And he's been leading in that space. So it's not easy to just take it. It's not just about you, by the way, as you have said. It's about an informed decision on the matter. He has got a history of having done that, and he's quite an intelligent president, by the way. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister. I think is there our last one, Minister? It's the last one.
From online.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice festive season. Thank you so much.
All right.
Yeah.
iPad now.
Yeah.
as we continue to give you reaction to the Section 89 Independent Panel Report. I'm joined by Zizi Kodwa. He is an NEC member in the ANC, as well as a very close person in the office of the President within state security. Thank you for your time. We've seen that the National Executive Committee of the ANC is planning to meet. What are going to be the discussions, especially given the damning report of the Section 89 panel?
There will be a special meeting to discuss this report and many other matters that are related to the National Conference. So it's not just a coincidence between the release of this report. We had always knew that there will be this meeting. What we must appreciate, and as a member of the ANC, as a member of the National Executive Committee, has been a commitment of the President that he will subject himself to these number of investigations, a myriad of them, around the issues of Phala Phala, one of which now, first report has been released, and women that issued